It's 2 in the morning!
You guys know what this is. You read the title, and if you voted, you won. So today we're going to go through the entire ERTL collection and just see how much I've got and how much I still need to get. Because believe me, there's a lot of it. Okay, so the first one up is this Metallic Thomas, which is actually the first ERTL I ever got. And yeah, it's got some chipping, but then again, that's my own fault. And what more can I say? Next up is, of course, Annie and Clarabelle, which are plastic, which I didn't think they were plastic. I thought they were metal, but yeah, they're plastic. Anyway, just not that much to say other than I did notice they have opposite cup lengths on each end, which, you know what I mean, you gotta expect that. Alright, so next up is the ERTL Percy. Now, this one I got at a train show with a bunch of other stuff. I got it with a James, and honestly, I can't find the James. I think I lost it at some point, but yeah, the sticker definitely got torn off at some point. And I always thought this was cool. There's like this red lining on his face, and it always made it look like Percy had a scar or something. Just want to know, maybe that's just like detailing or something. Like, I don't know if that's Sharpie or pencil. I thought it was pencil. But yeah, I'm missing buffer stickers, but I don't even know why they had stickers on the buffers to begin with. That's just kind of pointless to me. Because, like, you can see on the Metallic Thomas, I was being stupid. I didn't know what the value of these was, but I colored in the buffers because the stickers always fell off. But, yeah. Stickers were kind of pointless. They could have just printed them. So next up is another one I got at a train show. This is Bill. And for some reason I didn't get Ben. I don't know why. I remember there being like a Ben there. So I don't know why I got the Bill only and not Ben. Because it's pretty weird when you think about it. But, yeah, this thing's in really... it's not in a good condition at all. This is a really bad condition, like, but for an ERTL, it's still a bad condition, like, and the bottom says, I know the bottom says 91, but that face suggests otherwise. That's a metal face that's probably molded onto there instead of glued, which would mean this is the early 2000s build before they introduced those ugly cup links. Anyone who knows anything about ERTLs will know what I mean by that. So the next one is another one I got at a train show. This is Mavis, and I got her with a Henrietta, and unfortunately I don't have the Henrietta right now, but at some point I will get the Henrietta, and I got one more that came from the train show. The rest of these I bought online after this one. So the last one from the train show is Daisy, and this thing is, for a while this was worse than Ben, but looking at it now, Bill. For a while, this was worse than Bill, but looking at it now, yeah, Bill is definitely worse. Like, Bill's got paint chipping, like, on his nose and his face, and even, like, up here, which I'm just noticing. But, Daisy has, like, maybe one little chip, and that's because her face actually is plastic. Yeah, try finding an ERTL Diesel on eBay, out of box, without the nose chipped. Because trust me, you won't.
You will think you have 12 fingers, 5 nipples, and 3 dicks by the time you're done.
But yeah, this is in pretty rough condition. Like, I never knew this, but actually the couplers are metal too. It took me a while to notice that. I didn't know why. But yeah, like, these ones I do plan on getting restored, or at least trying to restore them. Like, I don't know though. Like, I think I might take the face off and put it on an HO model, like, you know, Unlucky Tug style. But, other than that, it's pretty solid. This thing's a brick. But I got another one that's even more of a brick. So next up is the first one I got online. It's the ERTL Henry. This thing is still, other than the sticker, like, this thing is pristine. This is pristine ERTL. And I'm not even kidding, because, well, the Thomas one does have a couple paint chips, and definitely this one has a paint chip up here, but there's no exposed metal or anything. Like, you see the paint's definitely faded in some places, but, like, no chipping. It's pretty good, honestly. Mainly because I only got it, like, I got it in box and I opened it. So, yeah, stupid kid me didn't know that. Like, I am still a kid, but I mean, stupid little kid me didn't know that. And somehow, little kid me knew the value of this knew the value of these things, and guess what? Still open them. Sorry for my stutter there. And the last one is the one I said is even more of a brick. It's D199, or as Railway Series peers will know, Spam Can.
Spam can. I'm stowing.
And yeah, I got Spam Can very recently, as you may have seen in the community post. And yeah, aside from this chip here and maybe a couple of others, this is also a pristine ERTL. And yeah, like, yeah, very clean, somewhat loved, I think, like, oddly happy, because he did nothing but, you know, scowl in the Railway Series and just look disgusted. Like, obviously the sticker's crooked on this side and not on this side, but then again, these stickers are crooked too, and I don't really care about that. What I find odd is I love displaying them next to Henry, and the thing you gotta realize is that if you don't know much about these ERTL stuff, the scaling is not accurate at all sometimes, so like, I don't know, this kind of looks a little too tall to be next to Henry, but like, at least the wheels are accurate. That's accurate scaling right there, but like, man, this guy is fat.
Damn!
And as promised from the short, I'd throw in this. This is an original, I believe it's like 95? I don't know, I didn't really do my research on this one, but this is an original wooden railway Thomas the Tank Engine from the 90s, and the cool thing, or interesting thing I think about this one, is that, like a lot of stuff back then, like the G-Scale line L Thomas, this doesn't have the lining on the boiler, like you think it would. Because now they have lining everywhere, like the 2000s Lino model corrected that, but you can tell that this one was, of course, greatly loved, and for some reason or another, the magnets on the old ones tend to rust a lot slower, and honestly, these toys were still built to last, so it's only like the 90s. And, like you can see, this is actually 2 pieces, if you didn't notice by that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And you know what? I decided just for the sake of it, I'd throw in this too. Because for those of you who did read the community post that I posted on Christmas Day, or maybe just, I don't know, didn't read it in general because it was on Christmas Day, but this is the diecast pack that I got as a Christmas gift, and for those of you who are wondering, no, I am not taking this out of the box. This is staying in the box. It is the, well, if I can find a crest on here, it's part of the 80th anniversary, because it came out last year. But yeah, I do not intend on taking this out of the box, but hang on, let me get some scaling up here. So, that's the ERTL Thomas next to the new 80th Thomas, and you can see the scaling's a lot better with this, and the wooden railway version is just going to be bigger no matter what. But man, James is tall in this. Look at him next to Henry, and Henry's supposed to be bigger. And you know what? The scaling for the ERTL model, as you can see, is a lot better this time around, because that's about the size of the ERTL James. So this would be a lot bigger than the ERTL James. As for Percy, yeah, the scaling doesn't really do anything, because I don't know if you noticed, but Percy is huge compared to Thomas. Like, look at that. That is fat. For any of you who are Train Boy fans, he's got the Krabby Patty face. And Annie and Clarabelle in ERTL are scaled a lot better, but then again, they are kind of underscaled when compared to Thomas, or I guess not. Look, or maybe I was wrong on this one. Hang on. Because the coaches are supposed to be longer than Thomas in the show, and yeah, they actually are kind of longer. I just made that connection, so I'm learning as I go with this.